which is like a bike had, different brand, a very short wick on it. And because it was not something my parents would approve of, I lit it off on my own. And that wick, that was the opposite of Dylan as far as wicks go. It was quick, right in my hand.
It was a quick wick.
Scared the hell out of me.
I think you've confused Dylan.
The opposite of Dylan.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Dylan's
I don't know.
slow.
I got it.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually set the over/under at 8:10 for when you were gonna take a crack at Dylan, and it's 8:07. So whoever had the under,
All right.
come collect.
Is there a negative time possible?
I blew off a black hat in my hand too.
Oh, man.
Not a good idea.
I
But
hate when I find I have something in common with him.
Well, yeah. My ears were ringing, and I before I looked down because my eyes were closed, I was like, oh God, please still have 5
Are they
fingers,
there? Are they
please.
there?
And then
Are
I'm
they
like,
there?
yes, let's try another one.
I love
you to
I
have
love
your
how
radio career.
we all weigh in and be like, yeah, we should legalize them, and then we spend 10 minutes.
Yeah,
all
sharing
trading
our
stories.
stories about how we almost lost a finger.
Hashtag freedom.
Yeah. Freedom means freedom to lose your fingers.
I mean, we can also start sharing stories about when we were drunk, but booze is legal, and it should continue to be legal, and maybe for 18-year-olds too.
That's right.
Well-
6/7 of the time, it's perfectly legal.
Well, that might be a good segue. I'm sure you guys have
I
talked
was
about the con
professional
special.
broadcaster here.
Gosh, you're good at this, Jay.
I know.
Phyllis Kahn, talked to her on Monday this week. She is leading the effort to lower the drinking age to 18, only in bars. And her argument is that,
They need to get drunk and then drive.
well, instead of, they have Uber now. We talked about this a couple
Yep.
weeks ago.
Let's get drunk 18-year-old girls in the cars of strangers immediately.
Oh, yeah, that's a.
You always take it someplace dark so
That's
quickly.
the place I take it every. It's the same place.
So quickly.
I was going to say, you read a lot of John Grisham, don't you?
Yes. No.
So, yeah, she wants to just bring it out in bars, and her argument was, let them drink in public and let them learn from the public on how to handle alcohol rather than,
That's the crowd you wanna learn from.
slamming liquor at keggers, So,
Having grown up in northern Minnesota, that bill should be titled the Greater Minnesota Acknowledgement Act.
That's good.
yeah, and she paired it with another bill that would allow 18-year-olds to drink in bars with their parents,
Okay.
similar to like Wisconsin.
No, I'm sorry. The other bill is any age, no age restriction, as long as you have your parents.
With your parents,
Yeah.
yeah.
So under
right.
18.
Yeah.
Like, I really see a hard time of how this will ever pass. So like,
I agree.
Like,
I think it should, but I agree with you that it'll be difficult.
So it's always whenever I do these stories, you say, oh, that's interesting, and at the end you go, is there any chance of this passing?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, and this one, I mean, we'll see. It kind of seems like a publicity stunt by Khan, or maybe she just really does believe she gets.
No, she's done this perennially. I mean, this is a perennial effort, so much so that Governor Dayton calls it the Phyllis Kahn special,
Yeah, he does.
which we are totally appropriating to mean something entirely different.
Some type of food product.
Or
Pizza?
whatever we
Of
want.
course.
I mean,
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
a food product.
It may change daily.
The kind
food
of
product.
an interesting wrinkle though is that she told me, gosh, that was completely unintentional.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
She said that the door was opened after the 2012 Supreme Court decision that upheld the Affordable Care
I
Act.
like her line of reasoning a
Yeah.
lot on this because that can be actually used for a lot of other arguments.
Yeah.
Now that
It'll be interesting to see if this line of reasoning holds up. But what she says is that the judges ruled that the federal government couldn't use the threat of loss of federal funds to compel state behavior.
Right.
And when they struck down a part of the Affordable Care Act that would have expanded Medicare, would have forced states to expand Medicare or lose all their funding.
Yep, I've got a soundbite from her on this issue as well.
Now that's no longer an argument because the Supreme Court decision on the Affordable Care Act said that you could not use the threat of the loss of federal funding to compel state action. That issue, which is what promoted everyone to raise their age, has now been reversed.
So basically what you just said in her voice.
Yeah. Do I need to prove how smart I am by saying the Supreme Court case that was the opposite of this? 1980? No, we'll skip that. All right. Let's take a very quick break. When we return, more with Ben Johnson at the City Page. If you'd like to communicate with us during the show, use the hashtag #InterestingWrinkle.
When Rush Limbaugh speaks, Minnesota listens. And for some odd reason, many find themselves craving some sort of cheese.
Guarantee you're going to start getting much better sleep. You're going to have the uninterrupted sleep because you're not going to be waking up in the middle of the night to flip and fluff up those old worn out pillows. My pillows never go flat. They've got a 10-year never go flat warranty plus a 60-day money back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. And they are specifically made to fit exactly how you sleep. Whether you're a side sleeper, a back sleeper, a stomach sleeper, whatever it is, a MyPillow will work for you. Try one out. Call 1-800-613-6167 or go to MyPillow.com. As you're checking out, you type in the promo code KTLK, and that's going to activate a buy one, get one free deal on a MyPillow. Again, 1-800-613-6167 or go to MyPillow.com. Just make sure you use that promo code KTLK on checkout to activate your buy one, get one free deal today.
Hello, this is Tom Lyons for Drake Equity Loans. Regardless of your credit history, Drake Equity is committed to helping all veterans. A veteran-owned Minnesota mortgage company, Drake Equity sponsors the Minnesota Military Radio Hour on KTLK. Drake Equity is an equal opportunity lender. DrakeEquity.com.
Built for business. Press 1 to speak with someone who knows nothing about business. Press 2 to speak to someone who knows just enough about business to make you regret you called. Press 3 to hear these options again. With something as important as your business internet, wouldn't it be nice just to speak directly with a business expert? That's why Comcast Business has vetted and trained more than 1,700 dedicated business specialists to provide business-grade service 24/7, 365. Business specialists specializing in business. If you switch to Comcast Business Internet today, they're giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. With speeds up to 150 megabits per second and better value, it's a pretty smart call. Speaking of calling, here's the number, 800-501-6000, or visit ComcastBusiness.com. Comcast Business. Built for business.
Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.
Hey, it's Jack Tomzak from The Morning Show. What's worse than having a stinky house? Having a stinky house and not knowing it. Odds are your home stinks and you don't even know it. Yes, this is a public service announcement from Zero Res, the carpet guys. Think about it. You're locked inside all winter with all the windows boarded shut. Dust mites and dander bacteria fill your carpet if you don't clean it. And when's the last time you had your carpet cleaned? Get down on your hands and knees and give your carpet a big ol' sniff. Does it smell like roses or dirty socks? Okay, you get a pass, but you really need to call Zero Res because you can still get the KTLK Winter Special. 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at $139. Call for details. Yes, $139 this month only, so call them. 651-779-8888. That's 651-779-8888. And ask Zero Res about their duct cleaning service because your home needs that too. They serve the Metro and St. Cloud. Spell it backward or forward, it spells the same.
Do you want to learn how to earn commissions of up to 20% by laundering millions of foreign dollars?
Well, we can't help you with that. But among the many IT problems we solve, Barracuda's email security solutions keep email phishing attacks like this from entering your business network and any valuable data from leaking out. Reclaim your network like 150,000 other businesses have. To learn more about stopping email-borne threats, visit barracuda.com/email.
This report brought to you by Running Aces Harness Park.
Currently 17 degrees in the Twin Cities. Here's today's Weather Channel forecast.
After being stuck in the deep freeze the last couple of days, now we're getting a...
Facebook and Twitter, our video feed is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes, things got a little weird in here all of a sudden.
Oh,
good morning, SpongeBob.
I get it now.
Is the square-panted one on the video? I should probably... Yes. So I really lost control of this thing.
Well, you set the precedent last week when you ambushed me with Joe from
But I scheduled and booked that. I put planning into that. Do we want to know why SpongeBob is here?
To promote his new movie that opens today.
Oh,
to
that's
promote
right.
his new movie.
Yeah.
And Nickelodeon Universe. All right. That sounds good. We'll make you a deal.
My children are very excited for this movie.
It's going to be great. Yeah.
I'll go see the movie, but you have to buy a Dormeo bed.
A MyPillow.
Pro flowers and a MyPillow.
Mm-hmm.
Get your carpets cleaned. All right.
By Zero Res.
Thank you, SpongeBob. How tall is SpongeBob? Hang on. Come here, SpongeBob.
He's going to tell in person.
Oh, look at that. He's not very tall.
All right.
Well, he's a sponge.
Well, Jack is a tall, strapping young lad. So
Some of that was true. Thank you very much. This is I hope that's not a hot costume. I mean, SpongeBob, it's a real thing. All right, speaking of weird things that have happened, I just got a text from the woman who does the receptioning in the front desk, and somebody came early this morning at 8 and dropped this off for you, Dylan.
I wouldn't open it.
It's not ticking. It doesn't smell like anthrax.
For me?
For you. So could you come in here and grab this from me and then open it up and tell us what's in there?
Wait, hold on. Did you guys? Is this how I'm getting canned? You
No,
guys
they wouldn't do
decided
it
to
on
send me
air.
the-
They
Oh, okay.
wouldn't do it on
okay.
air.
No. And we wouldn't do it by giving you something.
No, we'd take things like
Yeah.
hope.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Income. I've been fired a lot. All right, Ben Johnson, what else have we got in the old City Pages news department?
Well, last segment we were talking about all the legalizing efforts, but up in Bemidji, at Bemidji State University, I have a story running on citypages.com later today. They're trying to outlaw the sale of plastic water bottles on campus.
Wait, expect people to just get out of the tap like a savage?
Well, as you sit here with 3 plastic water bottles sitting in front of you,
That's green tea.
It's only 95% water.
It's colored water.
it really
Let's
kind of
be
does.
honest.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah. It looks like what comes out of the taps in Minneapolis, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, the student senate passed a policy earlier this week that would outlaw the sale of plastic water bottles and instead expand a network of filling stations around campus.
Filling stations.
Are they full service? They just shoot you with a hose?
There's an attendant and everything.
That's great. What's a jobs bill?
Right.
Filling,
Right.
so a tap.
Yeah. It's like, have you guys ever seen those?
They come out of the side of buildings. Houses used to have them.
What? You mean water fountains?
Well, it's those water fountains that are outfitted with the special.
Yeah, those
thing
are.
that-
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a different way.
Hoses.
Instead
I believe
of the water
we called
shooting.
them when we were kids. You put a hose on the end of
We used to
it.
drink from them before
Yeah.
that was illegal.
Right.
While putting off, setting off fireworks.
Here's the trick: you gotta let the water run a little bit through the hose because it's gonna be warm right away because it's been sitting in there. So okay. So,
Yeah. Growing up in Florida, you learn that trick real easy.
Yeah.
That water gets hot.
So filling stations that are just they're water fountains, but they shoot the water down into a bottle, but you can't use a bottle. But it,
No, they give you.
no,
I
they're
guess
free
I guess
bottles?
every
There's a handout.
incoming
Of course.
student-
Here's the trick.
when I was a kid, you had to just put the water in your hands.
Back in my day.
Careful now. Careful. I'm sensitive to that.
Yeah, they're going to expand the network. It's going to be paid for by a $5 green fee every student pays per semester, and
Right.
and every incoming student already gets a free like metal Nalgene.
This is great. This is good training. I mean, some of these student government types will one day be actual elected government officials, and they've learned everything they need. There's a tax,
Right.
there's a handout, there's a restriction, and there's a green component.
Yeah.
This is
And the fee is very relatively small. The nickel and diming people to death.
sure, and there's a new innovation which has existed for many years. This is great. This is cool.
So you're a fan of this? Or?
Hoorah, Bemidji! No, this is hands-on learning.
McAllister and St. Ben's have already passed similar measures in the past. It wouldn't go in effect till 2016 to
So
give them time.
they're already getting bottles for free. I'm assuming that there are drinking fountains in the buildings. Isn't this done already? Yeah, but you gotta tilt the bottle on its side to get the water.
I bet there's a training class. There's
Probably, and a
mandatory,
staff.
Yep, training. There's probably
Water
a commissioner.
czar. Yeah.
There's a water commissioner
Yeah.
who just got a 56% raise because he's got to now. Well, he'd make 10 times that in the private sector if he had to teach people how to fill up a bottle. This is impressive.
This is America.
I'm big into this. This is
And,
cool.
you know, we talk about how, students and college kids are coddled and coddled through their young age.
Not Bemidji.
This is an example of, you got to pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Fill your own water.
Fill your own water.
That's right.
Carry your own water in Bemidji.
They're literally
I love it.
carrying bottles around.
Well, they might get dehydrated.
My infant son carries a bottle around.
Well,
Who
you know,
carries
you're
the
in
bottle?
college. You know, you've maybe been out partying. You know, Phyllis Kahn would love it. You got to stay hydrated. Everybody's been there in college, where you bring a big bottle of water to class and you try to stay
And now
off
the
that headache.
the college is just giving it to you.
So why are they banning the bottles? Are fish getting caught in them?
No, it's part of well, they in the measure they called it a unsustainable industry. You know, you create billions of these little plastic bottles that end up filling up landfills. So this is a way to reduce pollution and.
What about the landfill jobs?
When I think of unsustainable industries, bottled water.
Yeah,
that's unsustainable.
No, I actually agree with them on the filling up the landfill part of it, which is why I just burned them. in my driveway.
If you put a black cat inside them.
There we go.
See?
Mm-hmm.
I've actually done that before with my brother.
You put your brother in a bottle and lit him on fire? Jesus,
Man, you guys are just on fire today.
I checked out 25 minutes ago. Dylan, what was in that package?
Oh, it's pretty funny, actually. It was a alarm clock. Do you guys want to read? Do you want me to read the note?
It's it's a new technology that I'm not sure. A lot of millennials, they don't really keep up with technology.
No,
they're stuck in their old ways. They like to be hipsters. They like to be ironic. And we figured that was a new piece of technology you may not be aware of. An alarm clock.
No,
that will
I
go
just
off
tweeted it out
at a certain
Radio
time.
Dylan 1.
At Radio Dylan 1 to see if
I
it'll
use
make
the
an
hashtag
alarm clock.
Yeah, I use
You
the
can also
hashtag.
Google alarm clock.
No, I use a hashtag TCNT so they could see the note that came with it. I think that's the
That
best
did
part.
come from a listener. What is the note?
Oh, it said, pull your head out of your ass with an alarm clock.
There you go. There you go. Bring it in here. I'll put
Bring
it
it
in
in
front
here.
of the camera.
I can bring it in front of the camera. Oh, God.
All right.
What that will do, Dylan, is that will make a lot of noise at a set time. You can tell at what time you want it to
Yeah,
start
have your mother
making a
or
lot of
girlfriend
noise
set it.
at that is supposed to awaken you from your slumber so that you can get to where you need to be on time.
Mm-hmm, like a job.
You guys are too kind.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
Dylan, you have an alarm clock, I'm guessing, on your phone.
No, here's
too.
the thing.
You can-
Funny
Oh, here
story.
we go.
And this is why he needs
quick
the alarm
story.
clock.
Quick story. Accidentally left my phone charger here the other day. And so I went into my junk
So
drawer.
he was helpless.
No. I went to my junk drawer at home and I found another charger that would suffice to charge my phone.
Or not.
Well, it turns out it's in the junk drawer for a reason because it didn't work. So then woke up at the crack of 6:30.
What is that? Here's what we need. We need a government program to provide people with some type of receptacle for people to put stuff that doesn't work anymore.
We'll call it the junk drawer expansion opportunity. No, you need a job component.
Floor-based waste disposal.
Yeah, you're onto something here.
You could line it with plastic or something. Not
And
the
everybody
midget,
gets
though.
one.
Right.
And then there's a green fee attached to it.
Right. Right. Idiot. He was an hour and a half late for work yesterday. It's probably his last day.
An hour and a half being generous.
Yeah. 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Closer to 2 hours.
Dream job is radio.
Yeah. He's
But,
not going to be here a
oh,
whole
look at
lot
this.
longer.
It's an alarm clock. The battery backup.
The show really comes to life when I can see you guys. Now that the
Mm-hmm.
listeners and the viewers can see it too. I'd always pictured you, Dylan, as more of a lumbersexual.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. Well,
That had more than 3 syllables.
Google it.
A lot of wood.
Oh, yeah. And mug. Let's get that beautiful mug on the radio.
I shouldn't be on the radio. I shouldn't be.
I've been saying that all along.
All right. All right, Ben, what else have you got in the City Pages news?
Well, Target had to pull its line of Up and Up herbal supplements. It turns out we're not on the Up and Up.
Pun alert.
Yeah, go figure. All those.
Do you write your own headlines?
You know what? I wrote that one. I'm damn
Baby's
proud of
mine.
it.
J. Patrick Kulikin can learn
Yeah,
a
you
thing
should
or two
make
from
a
you.
call to the Star Tribune. They could use your help over there.
I used to work at the Star Tribune, and you know what? We don't write our own headlines over there. So.
Yeah.
We'll get into this next segment. I want to ask about that.
So Target had to pull all of its, the off-brand. Pretty much everything in my house is
Store brand.
Up and Up.
Store
Yeah.
brand. Up and Up is the Target store brand.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
buy.
Pretty much everything I own is Up and Up. The New York Attorney General decided to look into this questionable industry. They DNA tested these
Target,
supplements.
the questionable industry of retail stores.
Herbal supplements. And what they found was that 41% of Target's Up and Up herbal supplements didn't have what they said they had.
Herbs.
It's just chopped up newspaper.
You know what? Actually, they found
And plastic bottles.
that all these, garlic or these herbal things, they actually contain stuff like French bean, asparagus, pea, and wild carrot.
I'm super hungry right now.
They're basically just grinding up,
Waste.
leftover vegetables and selling them as like miracle drugs.
I'm glad they've
Smart.
solved all the other problems in New York. That somebody actually took the initiative to look into this. But this is to me, this is a good reminder to only use branded material. I mean, don't buy the off-brand stuff. So I only buy my herbal supplements are of the expensive pea brand. That's why I buy them.
There you go.
Because I know if I need some chopped up baby carrots or whatever, they're right in there.
And I don't take herbal supplements. I get a new vaccine every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
As he pops some pills into his mouth.
Right.
They're not the up and up brand, but usually they are.
I take only chemical supplements. No herbals. Nothing herbal.
I'm only into heavy metals.
Never?
I just inject mercury right out of a thermometer into me.
Target actually did pretty well though. They the Attorney General tested 4 different big drugstore chains supplements, and Target had 41%. Walmart only 4% of their pills were actually what they said they were. So
Really?
which is laughable. I called up a nutrition professor at the U, and he called it. It's pretty crass. He says usually what they do is they'll put, in a lot of these supplements they actually found that like nothing they said was in there. It was just all ground up, rice paste or whatever.
But don't trust the FDA. Don't trust the CDC. Only supplements. Only.
Right.
They work. They're mostly just garbage, but they work.
Yeah, he said that's pretty crass. Usually to get around it, they'll put in like a little percentage, so then the DNA test will at least come back somewhat positive. But like a lot of these tests came back just 0%. It's just they're just straight up running a con game. So it'll be interesting to see if any like prosecutions come from this or anything like that. But Target had to pull all their stuff.
And do you know what you hate when your supplements are cut with baking soda? Like you're told it's 100% pure.
Yeah. My Colombian supplements.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
Pick me up.
And like you guys said, it's not.
Get this burning sensation.
It's not life or death. These people that are taking these questionably effective
Oh
supplements
no, it
anyway.
could be life or death because there are people who think that this is actual medicine.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a wake-up call.
There are people out there who think, this I don't have to go to the doctor.
But
take herbs.
There's been a lot worse scandals. The nutrition professor was telling me about, Avastin, a cancer drug in 2012. There was a huge scandal
Not
where
helping my point.
a European company was cutting the drug down to like 100th of the effectiveness, and then selling those to people with cancer. Like, obviously, it's not a life or death thing, and there's bigger fish to fry, even in the pharmaceutical industry. But
it does smack of fraud, though. So I'm glad
it's
somebody's
fraudulent.
Yeah.
looking at
consumer
this.
protection.
Sure.
I mean, that's what the AG is supposed to be doing.
All right.
Yep. Supplements are kind of a ripoff, generally speaking. I mean, it's for the most part. I'm sure there are some good ones out there. You got to do your research. But if you're just buying, off the shelf herbal supplements or this and that, you're just throwing money. You might as well just eat your money.
That reminds me.
Just put your money in your mouth and chew it up and swallow it, because you're going to have about the same effect.
I need to buy some Eye of Newt. today.
Actually, if you look, I just pulled up the website of New York Attorney General Eric T. Schneiderman. Target performs the best on the headline here. It's Walmart 4%, Walgreens 18%, GNC 22%.
I used to believe the labels at GNC. I don't anymore.
Target 41. So Target,
the least lying of all the companies.
That's right.
All right. Good job.
And I don't blame Target for this.
No,
I blame.
no.
It's not like there's a Target factory for all their up and up stuff. They buy it from someone.
Right.
Somebody else is making it. I
I
blame.
blame Target only in the sense that they didn't do their due diligence.
Yeah, should they
but
be
they're
doing a
not
little quality
I don't think
control?
they're the ones that are intentionally going, we're going to put this crap on our shelves and sell it.
And
They're just not doing their due
I credit
diligence.
businessman Mark Dayton, whose family, of course, and he started Target.
If he was still running Target, Mark Dayton, this wouldn't have happened.
No, he'd be at 51%.
He never ran Target.
If he were still
He never. Just so people know this.
Yeah.
He never. All right. Take a little break. When we come
I
back,
think you were in
more
Radio Shack.
with Ben Johnson at the City Pages.
Up and out.
With a K.
Welcome back. I'm Jack Tomzak. That is Andrew Lee.
Good morning.
If you'd like to see what Andrew Lee looks like, he's got. I've been sharing pictures of Andrew with his big beard.
No, you haven't.
Crazy Confederate hat.
Haven't. You're a liar. You've been putting out false information.
CentralMediaServices.com has been providing a video feed, so you can go there and find that. We also tweeted out a link, my Twitter, Andrew's Twitter, the station, the show, everywhere. If you're connected with us online at all, you'll be able to find it. Third Wheeling, Mike Franklin from the podcast Wrong About Everything.
Howdy. That's all you wanted?
That's just
question.
Turn your mic off, yes.
Well, you're going to introduce the fourth wheel, but then I have a question.
And then Ben Johnson with the City Pages.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, guys. How come I have to be the fourth wheel?
Joining us now, Ben Johnson from the City Pages and Fourth Wheel, Mike Franklin.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
We're just going to gloss over this SpongeBob thing?
It's radio, weird thing. I once got a flu shot on air. We didn't skip a beat. Just came in, stick. Done.
Those are just mostly herbs.
I know.
Yeah. But
Thank you, Walgreens.
Are you
Mostly
guys?
ripped up newspaper. And
It's tough to get a whole clove of garlic into a syringe, but you can do it.
Yeah. Dissolve it.
Uh-huh.
Carrots.
Uh-huh.
You're a tool for Big Pharma.
Basically a juicer, and then you've got a juicer. Let's start selling organic herbal vaccines.
I do. I bought my wife one of those fancy blenders that makes juice and soup and all that stuff for Christmas, and then she went and bought herself one, so I had to return the one that I bought. But yeah, no, I'm subsisting mainly on juice at this point.
A thin gruel.
Yeah.
It's very lightheaded. He passes out 7 times a show.
You should bottle that.
Well, I put steak and peanut butter and
in the same one,
cheese and absolutely. Juices it all up. I mean, it still counts. I'm subsisting mostly on juice. It's just mostly bologna.
I like
That must be a heavy duty.
It's hardcore.
bologna juice. All right. What do you got next, Ben Johnson?
So next time you're smuggling back, booze and illegal fireworks from Wisconsin, speeding, and you get pulled over, you guys should try. You guys are minor celebrities, radio superstars, whatever you guys want to say.
Regionally famous.
I'll call you guys my favorite webcam superstars.
I'm going to show you some other webcams.
Probably not even true.
As far as celebrities go, you guys are the least important.
You know what? Try this line, though.
As far as people I've watched videos of online.
Take my shirt off here.
Phyllis Kahn special.
I love when people try the
$9.99 only this weekend. Go to CentralMediaServices.com. You're welcome, owner of Central Media Services.
There's a lot more
complaints. I was looking for a webcam show. Phyllis Kahn. I want my $9.99 back. Is it 9 o'clock? Oh no, not even close. All right.
Are we done with the webcam jokes?
Let's get through it.
I love it when people use the "Don't you know who I am?" line.
Oh yeah,
I'm totally want to pull that sometime.
Don't. You know who I am?
I'm Jack Tomzak. We can work something out. I'll bring you in studio. We'll get you on webcam.
That is the biggest sign that someone's a beehole there is.
Yeah.
So LaTroy Guion, former Viking, he was kind of like a role player, not a one of the more famous Vikings, but he was a pretty big part of the Vikings for 6 years. Recently signed with the Packers last year. He gets pulled over in Florida. He can't stay in his lane, and there's a strong odor of marijuana coming.
So he's
from
not a
his...
special teams guy. What do you learn on kickoffs? Stay in your lane.
Yeah, he must.
That's how they break the long ones.
He gets pulled over, and he leans out his driver's side window. He tries the line. It doesn't work. Police ask him to step out of the vehicle, and he starts freaking out. He's pacing. He's going, "Hey, man, my money's in there. Don't let them take my money." Eventually, he rushes the driver's side
not smart
window.
No, not smart.
Tries to grab a giant duffel bag that was sitting on the passenger. Yeah. He tries to grab this duffel bag. They subdue him, cuff him, and then they go, "Well, what's in this duffel bag?"
Let's take a look in here. What was so important to you?
There were 2-gallon Ziploc bags of marijuana, 357 grams total, and $190,000 cash.
Ooh. Wow. Okay, so is he a drug dealer?
This sounds like a commercial enterprise.
Uh-huh. And
Better
why?
call Saul.
Packers are Fictional character, Andrew.
Which state? Florida?
Yeah.
I think the attorney general should look into whether that was 100% pot or 47% pot. I mean, there could be
Either
a fraud
way,
issue here.
It's probably all herb.
Yeah, can we actually in the criminal report they did apparently they have a field testing thing so they can test to make sure stuff is marijuana, and it came up positive, so it was not.
Well, there is
100% herb.
Rub it on your gums.
There's that synthetic, a lot of synthetic pot.
Right? Yeah. No, this was the real deal, and 190 grand cash. In what situation are you carrying around that amount of money?
Trying
When's the
to
last time I had that
mentally
much
sort of
on me?
figure how much pot that was. What'd you say? It was 300 and how many grams?
I've got no frame of
357.
reference.
It's 2 gallon Ziploc bags full. And actually, on citypages.com, I have a picture up from the sheriff gave me. They did the old, drugs on the table, look at our loot we just took off the
Good
streets.
photo op.
SpongeBob was there too.
Everywhere. Why would you sell drugs if you're an NFL player that make good
So
money?
that was-
Even the crap.
I'd be nervous if I were a member of the Dayton administration who,
Less
as
than
we
a pound
learned
of
today, are driving around with hundreds of thousands of dollars of cash in their vehicles.
That's right. They gave him their raises just in a sack.
In
of
a
money.
sack with a dollar sign on it.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's how you carry money.
They Scrooge McDuck that thing.
How dumb. Did he pull? Oh, he did. And he did pull the don't you know who I am?
That's how we originally tried to get out of it. According to the criminal complaint, he leaned out the driver's side window and was like, "Hey, man, don't you know who I am?" Because he was a star at Florida State, and he was in.
As a
Florida
minor
State.
player in the NFL, 2 teams far away from here.
Do you? Well, he started for the local college.
Sure.
But do you think that line ever works?
No.
It has not
It
worked
makes
one time.
people hate you.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Well, nobody in
being-
this room would know if that line works.
Oh no!
Let's be
I
honest.
busted it out many times.
Yeah, but nobody knows who you are.
Well, I've learned this, Andrew.
It might work if they know who you are. That's the key. That's what all of us are missing.
No, the answer is always no. Even if it's, I don't know. Who's the biggest celebrity nowadays?
Katy Perry.
No, John Stamos. If John Stamos.
What year is it? 95?
No, I have no clue. I used to work the suite level at the Target Center.
Uh-huh.
I would see big deal people. I would get the occasional, do you know who I am? Or don't you know who I am?
You're
thing.
kidding me.
don't
People
know.
do this?
Yeah, I got that treatment from, Brian Austin Green.
Oh.
90210.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that treatment. We were doing a
The
radio
Brian
show
Austin
from
Green?
Universal Studios one time, and he was doing something else in the studio right next to ours, and he kind of gave me the.
Do you know who I
You know
am?
who I am? He was short and skinny.
They all are. The Hollywood
Yeah.
people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
why I never made
in
it.
1997? Was it
It
when
was
it was
around
a deal?
then. Yeah, it was around then.
Do you guys
I
think?
wonder what he's doing now.
Married to Megan Fox.
Yeah.
No,
He's
I
winning.
Yeah.
He's winning right now.
Is he really?
Is he? That's a real thing. He's winning. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Do you think SpongeBob ever pulls that
I
line?
don't know if he's winning. I don't think that counts as winning.
SpongeBob's also shorter in person than I would have guessed.
He's way taller. I thought it was.
Who is in that costume? That's like
What costume?
4 or 6.
What costume?
No
Some costume.
Oh, I don't mean to ruin the magic.
I was actually
Bad
a little put
person.
off by how poorly he treated Squidward. I thought they were close, and
And I'm proud for not getting that reference.
I'm not sure I.
Yeah,
Should've
Brian
said that
Austin
out loud.
Green, married to Megan Fox.
I've never said anything not true on the show.
Do you think he was in the SpongeBob costume?
At least he's working.
I was just going to say. I mean,
He's just
that
happy to be a working actor.
Screen Actors Guild card is good for something.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Married to Megan Fox.
Packers will drop this guy.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame because, after kind of working his way up from being like a role player, he actually had a really good season last season. He signed like a 1-year, $1 million deal, and then he had
Bought a bunch of pot with it.
Yeah, obviously he invested that money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what most people tell you to do when you get a big raise is just put it in cash.
Right.
And just keep it in your car.
Yeah.
Along with a big duffel bag full of drugs.
Well, that I'm
drugs
sure was just
appreciate. I mean,
incidental. Yeah,
yeah.
that was.
Drugs are a great investment if you
Role
get pulled
player, not role model. Though we could have another discussion about whether or not this is even that bad of a thing, and the only reason it's bad is because it's against the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people want to smoke weed. Who cares?
That was not what did you say? $190,000 in cash. That was not $190,000 worth of pot. That was a much less pot.
That was
than,
like
than cash.
you said 375
I don't
grams.
think
57.
That's less than a pound.
357.
Yeah.
That's about $7,000.
I don't think
sell it by
you're
by grams.
required if you're carrying marijuana to carry the same equivalent amount of cash with you.
You're not required. It's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
What are the odds he ever sees that cash again?
What are the odds
no,
he's ever
no.
going to see that smoke again?
What? No, that's
Priorities, Ben.
Yeah.
what's the term? Asset forfeiture. that law
that-
enforcement agency
Those
uses.
sheriffs are gonna buy something real nice.
They're going to get themselves a new MRAP or something.
Yeah.
Something cool. They're going to get a cool toy
The
with
federal
that.
government just gives you those after a while.
No, that's what the asset forfeiture laws are now. It's like
They're insane, yeah.
Yeah, they really are, and that's something we've talked. We haven't gotten into it on the show much, but we've talked about spending some more time with it. Asset.
We should have LaTroy on. I say we like I'm.
Like, yeah,
Hey,
you're part of the show.
podcaster, know your place. Go work your job that actually
we
pays
will
you.
have LaTroy Guy on.
I feel
Not doing much.
like I shouldn't have to say this, but if you're involved in a lucrative, large criminal enterprise, don't get hung up on weaving in your lane or robbing a liquor store.
Hire
you
a driver.
Right.
I
Focus on
think
the
it-
business.
It would be so baller to have a driver. Like, why would you not?
That's the
want-
one thing I've never understood with all these stories of celebrities and pro athletes that get busted for DUIs, get busted for driving, under drugs or carrying around drugs. How do you not hire a driver?
Oh, my
that would be
God.
the first thing I would do if I were a celebrity and I like to go out and party and get blitzed, which I probably would from time to time. The first thing I'm going to do is hire a driver.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Why not?
Like Ben said, a fraction of that, and I'd have a driver.
yeah, absolutely.
Even if I'm not going to go out and get blitzed.
And it would be awesome.
I'm just going to go around. I'm just going to go offer people Grey Poupon.
White glove.
I'm kind of embarrassed I got that reference. But,
Here's a TV show. Uber drug runner.
Oh.
Somebody just gets, like, what if he'd got an Uber, sits down, drugs, cash, let's go.
I wonder what you do if you're an Uber driver and somebody's just like, drive, drive, drive.
Well, if it's
He's a customer. You drive.
That's right, and it doesn't have his size here. But unless you're a kicker in the NFL, you're massive.
Yeah,
you're
he's
not going to
huge.
tell him no.
Yeah, and even like just to hook up one of your childhood buddies that isn't has some crap job, be like, hey man, you can drive me around where
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
a
a lot of
party,
these
you stay
people, they-
sober, but you get to hang
That's
out.
what MC
they want
Hammer did.
they want their entourage around them and make one of them the
I got it.
turtle.
I got it. A show about an entourage.
Ah,
Like one guy gets famous, who's got his entourage around him.
I like what you're doing.
Put some language in there. Maybe it's on HBO. Something.
God, you're such a Hollywood
I know.
conservative.
I could write things.
but it's a bummer because he was in line for a huge raise. ESPN had just reported like a month ago that he was in negotiations for a big, multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal, and now
He'll be fine. Raiders will take him. He'll be fine.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that is the other thing in sports and obviously with anything is that if you're talented, you'll find work somewhere.
Yeah. And I just don't get if it's politics or acting or sports, whatever. You're famous. You're rich. Why screw it up? Why do
I
something
know.
dumb?
Don't be stupid.
I
I mean, granted, a lot of the pro athletes, they didn't necessarily get to their status because of their brains. But
Wait, what?
somebody should
Christian Ponder
somebody should come
Right.
along and say,
Matt Burke.
yeah, don't be an idiot.
went to Harvard.
Yeah. That's a stereotype.
So we got time for
He went
one.
to Florida State, the Harvard of Florida.
Well, Christian Ponder did.
Yeah.
Matt Burke went to
Oh,
Harvard.
I thought you were right. Okay.
Matt Burke went to the Harvard of Harvards.
Harvard
It's
of
called Harvard.
Harvard.
Never heard of it.
All right. Yeah. One more. We got time
Okay,
for one more.
well, one more quick one. I've come on here before, and we at City Pages we're as guilty as any other media outlet of
Of being a
running
liberal rag.
of running one of these lists that always come out. Just in the last year, Duluth has been named the best outdoors town. St. Paul has been named the most romantic city in America. Minneapolis is the best city for millennials and has the best parks. Politico named Minnesota the best state.
Yeah. A lot of bests.
And on and on and
Yeah.
on.
Great place to live for most of us.
I made a joke about it earlier. We ran a top 10 of the top 10 lists we made. We make so many of these lists, but this week a list came out where Minnesota didn't come in so great. The study, they measured financial, racial inequity, and they measured median income, home ownership, poverty rate, and education level, and they found that Minnesota has the highest financial racial inequity in the entire country.
We have
Came
the
in
highest
last place.
achievement gap in our schools between whites and non-whites. Of course, we're going to have the worst financial racial inequality.
Talked about this on the Wrong About Everything about a month ago. Minnesota was rated the second worst place in America to be black
Yeah,
to be person. I mean, worst was Wisconsin, and they measured it was more or less the gap between people of color and
which I think is hilarious because this is a lefty caring state that is leaving a lot of people behind through their policies.
Thanks a lot, Ben Johnson. Good stuff this week.
Yeah, Mike Franklin, whatever.
Check out the Wrong About Everything podcast.
I just hang out by the studio.
Yeah, he just lingers.
You know what you guys should do?
Yeah.
Have a podcast?
You should get flowers from ProFlowers for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Totally.
Valentine's Day is a week from tomorrow. So get your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. Make sure you get it covered. Don't be that guy who screws up Valentine's Day.
Ben Johnson, get ProFlowers for yourself. There's nothing more romantic than roses for yourself. So here's what you should do. Go to ProFlowers.com and order 1 dozen red roses for yourself, plus a free glass vase for only $29.99.
Or you can impress her or yourself even more by adding gourmet chocolates and a premium ruby vase for just $9.99 more. It's a great deal.
You like chocolates? Go to ProFlowers.com today and enter the promo code Jack and Andrew.
Let's click on the blue microphone up in the corner. Type in Jack and Andrew to get this deal. A dozen red roses plus a free glass vase for $29.99, or add gourmet chocolates and a ruby vase for $9.99 more.
ProFlowers is quick, easy, and they guarantee delivery by Valentine's Day. Plus, ProFlowers are guaranteed to last 7 days or more, 7 days or your money back, so it's a no-brainer.
That's right. The longer you wait, the harder it is to find roses at this price. So check this item off your to-do list today.
Yeah, so Mike, you got a wife. Ben, you got nobody. Go to ProFlowers.com, click on the blue microphone in the top right corner, and type in Jack and Andrew.
That's ProFlowers.com, blue microphone, Jack and Andrew. Do it today because this expires tonight at midnight.
Get to it.
10 seconds.
Know what I'm getting, Ben?
See you guys. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Download my podcast, Ladies Night, today at noon.
This report brought to you by Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer.
Good morning from Twin Cities News Talk, AM 1130, 103.5.